The ceremony for University of California, Irvine's School of Social Ecology is finally here. Woo! Yes. Please rise and join Samantha Hickson, a UCI student, in singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Samantha. Good afternoon and happy Father's Day to the fathers in their audience. I am John Gould, Dean of the UCI School of Social Ecology. On behalf of the faculty of the University of California, Irvine, welcome to the commencement ceremony for the best school at UCI, the School of Social Ecology. We have many people joining us on the platform today, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce some of the following chief academic and administrative officers of the university and other participants. When I call your name, would you please mind standing? Audience, please hold your applause until I've called them all. So starting on my right, Niaz Khazravi, who's the University of California Alumni Association, class of 1996, Mace Marshall, but most importantly, she has 3 degrees from the School of Social Ecology. We'll wait on the applause. Next to her, Professor Valerie Jeunesse, Platform Party Marshal, Jamie Lee Smith, the Associate Dean for the Graduate Division, our student speaker, Dulce Jimena Perez Zavala, a baccalaureate candidate in the School of Social Ecology, Colleen Shogan, who is the Archivist of the United States and our featured speaker, Hal Stern, who is the Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor, Willie Banks, who's the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Brian Hervey, who's the Vice Chancellor of University Advancement and Alumni Relations, Sarah Pressman, who's the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education, Roxanne Silver Cohen, who's the Vice Provost for Institutional Research Assessment and Planning, Professor Brandon Golub, who's the University Marshal. We know you love Brandon. He's won the best faculty award 4 times running, but we're going to wait a moment here. Professor Jae Hong Kim, Master's Marshal, and Professor Jenny Reinhardt, Baccalaureate Candidates Marshal. I also wish to acknowledge the presence on the platform of our many distinguished faculty. Will the faculty please rise? All right, now we can give them all a hand. Thank you. You may be seated. Believe it or not, for the class of 2024 across UCI, we are holding 12 different ceremonies this week, celebrating and recognizing over 11,030 students who have earned undergraduate and graduate degrees during this past academic year. That's a lot, but the best are still here in social ecology. So for all of this, there's a digital commencement program, which can be found on the commencement program's website. It lists the names of all graduating students and indicates those who've been nominated for summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude academic honors this year. There are a lot of them, and you will recognize them because they'll be wearing gold cords today as part of their academic regalia. Recipients of the 2024 Chancellor's Award of Distinction wear a blue and gold cord over their right shoulder. The program also lists the names of students who've been nominated to academic honor societies and those who have received awards and prizes. We honor all of them as we do all of our graduates. Those students will have been wearing blue cords. And now, please join me in welcoming our provost, Hal Stern.
Thank you, Dean Gould, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to echo Dean Gould's message to the fathers, Happy Father's Day, and if you have a child receiving a degree today, that almost certainly beats the tie that you got last year, so congratulations. Let me start my remarks today by noting that the class we're going to celebrate has had a remarkable education experience. Many of today's graduates were not able to attend an in-person high school graduation ceremony because of the pandemic. Their first year at UCI was online because of the pandemic, and those challenges continued through the second year. Last year, some classes were interrupted by a labor strike, and there have been other challenges as well. I want to note that through all of it, you were able to maintain your focus on papers and projects, lab assignments, and exams. And you should know that when you have difficult times in the future, you should remember that you are resilient and you can do it. You all deserve great credit for getting to this day, and we salute you. Today's graduation is an opportunity to look back on your college experience. You will no doubt remember the many study groups, homework assignments, papers, and late night studying for exams. You'll likely also remember learning to make important decisions about your life. For example, whether to go to shared tea or cha. Of course, you'll remember the good times with friends, the clubs you were a part of, and the arts and athletic events that you attended. And hopefully you'll also remember having the best college mascot in all of America, Peter the Anteater. But I'd also like to draw your attention to your personal growth. You are not the same person that you were when you started. You have been challenged in your classes and in your conversation with friends to accept, understand, and challenge different points of view. This has long been an important part of the college experience. The term graduation refers to receiving your degree and thus marks an ending of one part of your path. But we use the term commencement for the celebration today because it is also a beginning. You will head on to the next phase of your life, a job for some, graduate school for others, a different adventure for others still. I hope that as you leave the university, you will do what you can to make the world a better place. I hope that you will continue learning, look for the good in people, and be kind to each other. And importantly, I hope that you will remember your time at UC Irvine fondly. We would love to have you come back for events, for activities, and to serve as a mentor for the next generation of students. Congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Provost Stern. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Dulce Jimena Perez Zavala. Dulce is a first-generation undocumented student who today is graduating with a BA in Criminology, Law and Society, and Psychological Science, which is incredible. She has made the Dean's List multiple times. During her time here, she's participated in the DREAM Project Fellowship and the College Corps program, which has given her the opportunity to work with the UCI Basic Needs Center in advocating and supporting students' access to basic needs to ensure that they are set for success. Dulce has participated in a research lab led by Assistant Professor Carolina Valdivia that is researching undocumented college students' basic needs across the United States. She has also worked with the National Registry of Exonerations, where she has conducted research on cases of wrongly convicted men and women. In the future, she hopes to pursue a PhD so that she can help re-envision the criminal justice system. Please join me in welcoming Dulce.
Hello, everyone. My journey at UCI began as a leap of faith moment. I was sitting at my kitchen table about to make one of the most important decisions of my life, which university I wanted to attend. I chose UCI without having ever visited it in person. I was simply going off the vibes. Little did I know that UCI would teach me some of the most valuable lessons in life. I walked in believing that I lived in an almost perfect world, where the justice system was infallible, in which the laws were perfectly written and enforced, a place in which we could easily make a change by simply following the rules. My field study placement at the National Registry of Exonerations completely challenged that concept of society that I had. 3,499 documented cases in the registry of men and women who were wronged by our justice system, and those don't even scratch the surface of the miscarriages of justice that occur in our country. People who followed the rules, people who believed in our justice system and it failed them. It's a sad reality. However, it also cultivated the idea that by telling the stories of others and our own, we hold the power to bring about change. When we speak up and tell our stories, we realize that our experiences are shared amongst our colleagues, friends and family, and even strangers. Not too long ago, I had the privilege of learning about gender and social control from Professor Burke, where I was introduced to scholars such as Marie Matsuda and Bell Hooks, who advocated for solidarity amongst people of different backgrounds. They encourage us to have the hard and uncomfortable conversations. They encourage us to come together and raise our voices against issues such as racism, discrimination, sexism, and so many more, because at the end of the day, there is strength in numbers. While it may be easy to ignore the voice of a single person, it is much harder to ignore the voice of millions and much harder to silence them. As I walk across the stage, I am confident that I have found the power to use my voice and speak up against the injustices that I see in my community. I am confident to tell the story of mine and that of my family. I am a first-generation student, daughter of immigrant parents who started from nothing and worked hard to give me everything that I needed here at UCI. Gracias, Mama y Papa. Being a first-generation student came with many challenges because I didn't know how to apply to financial aid, I didn't know how to navigate housing, and I didn't even know how to pick my classes. And 2 years into my college experience, I realized I even picked the wrong major. In the moment, it seemed like there was no way out, and while it may be all but a blur now, the only thing I can remember was my mom telling me, "Tú puedes," meaning you can do it. And I did. Granted, it was because of their support and because I found a community here at UCI that supported me through it all. That community was a basic needs center here on campus where I met some of my best friends who quickly became that support system that I needed, and some of the greatest supervisors and mentors, some of which are UCI alumni themselves. They fostered a very welcoming environment where even if I messed up, they would speak to me with nothing but kindness and respect. Even when I accidentally scraped a golf cart and was ready to burst into tears thinking I was going to get fired, not once did they make me feel guilty or unworthy. They taught me that it is okay to make mistakes, that I had to own up to them and move on because life does not slow down. They showed me the kind of leader that I want to be when I leave UCI. Now that I am graduating and about to leave, all I can think of is the memories I shared with my friends and classmates. There were sleepless nights, as many of you can relate to. There were mental breakdowns, all-nighters, constant coffee runs, and many, many posts on my close friends about how I wanted to drop out. However, I will also remember the Petter drops, the midnight trips to Seaside Donuts, the week zero activities such as late night at the Arc and APAD, the vendor fairs, the ongoing ring road activities, the volleyball and basketball games, and even the midnight screams during finals week. I stand here reminiscing on the good and the stressful times that we all experienced, and while I am terrified of leaving this place that I have called my home for the last 4 years, and no longer being able to call myself a baby adult, as I often tell my mom, I leave knowing that we have the power to make the change that we want to see in the world. If there is one thing you take from my little speech, let it be that you have a voice, you have a story worth telling, and that everything that we have learned here has prepared us to stand up for what we believe in. Don't be afraid to take up space, and if there is no space for you, demand it and create it, because we work too hard to not be recognized. And lastly, once an anteater, always an anteater. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Dulce. And now it is my sincere pleasure to introduce our featured speaker, Colleen Shogan, someone I have been fortunate to know for almost 25 years now. Dr. Colleen Shogan is the 11th Archivist of the United States and the first woman appointed to lead the National Archives. A proud Pittsburgh native, she is a recognized political scientist with expertise in the American presidency, political rhetoric, women in politics, and Congress. Prior to her appointment, she was the Senior Vice President and Director of the David M. Rubenstein Center at the White House Historical Association, and she served as a legislative assistant in the United States Senate and as a senior executive at the Library of Congress. Dr. Shogan was the Vice Chair of the Women's Suffrage Centennial Commission and the Chair of the Board of Directors at the Women's Suffrage National Monument Foundation. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our featured speaker, Dr. Shogan.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. I'm delighted to be here today with all of you, the class of 2024, my good friend, Dean John Gould, parents and family members, and alumni and faculty of UC Irvine. Congratulations to everyone. Well done. I'd like to give a special shout out to all of our first-generation graduates. You know who you are. I am a first-gen graduate too. You overcame additional obstacles to make it here today. Take pride in your accomplishments, but never forget the communities where you began your journey. In case you missed it in the rush of getting here today, it's also Father's Day. A special congratulations to all the fathers in the audience. I spoke with my dad earlier today and thanked him for everything he did to get me here today. So here's a dad joke for all of you UC Irvine grads. Why don't anteaters ever get sick? Their antibodies keep them healthy. You have to start with a joke, right? We have to lighten the mood a little bit. In all seriousness, today we celebrate the achievements of our graduates, but most of you wouldn't be here without the love, support, encouragement, and faith of your family and friends. Hold them close as you move into the world. So there's so much I could speak about here today. I could tell you about my journey, about becoming the 11th Archivist of the United States, which is quite a tale. I could talk to you about the National Archives itself, an amazing institution that preserves and protects our nation's history. Or I could talk about many of the important pressing issues our country faces today, such as immigration reform, the environment, foreign policy, or the economy. Instead, I've chosen the opportunity to step back and talk about something more basic and even more critical, and that is the health of our democracy today. You will soon leave the familiar home you've built here at Irvine. You may return to where you grew up, attend another school, or move someplace new to start a career. No matter what your next step is, it's now time to put everything you've learned into practice. For some of you, it might mean a career in public service. For others, you might join the private sector or the military. Regardless of where you go, I urge you to become engaged in the decisions affecting your lives and the lives of others. It could be on the local, state, or national level, and it doesn't necessarily have to involve politics. We talk, testing? Oh, we're back, okay. So we talk a lot about civics education and how we can teach civics better. That is critical. Yet even if this country did a perfect job in educating young people about our democracy and how it works, none of it will matter if a new generation of citizens aren't engaged in its execution. Democracies in the United States and other parts of the world are not self-executing. The United States has been around for almost 250 years, and some of us might take it for granted. It's always been there, and it always will. And I'm telling you, as a political scientist, that is a dangerous misconception. You're here today to receive your diploma because you did hard work. Once you were accepted to UC Irvine, it wasn't just a matter of showing up. You had to put time and effort into your classes. That's the same as a democracy. According to the Declaration of Independence that sits right around the corner from my office, human beings have unalienable rights. What does that mean? It means that those rights are inherent to us and cannot be taken away. But there is no guarantee that we will always have a democratic government that will recognize and protect those rights. The only way for that to continue is if we work hard to maintain our democracy and keep it healthy. So how do we do this? What can we do, and how do we meet this challenge? First, wherever you end up, register to vote. I moved around a bit after school, and when I finally landed where I live now in Arlington, Virginia, I figured out how to register so I wouldn't miss an election. And I haven't missed an election. If I'm going to be out of town, I vote early or vote absentee. It's your responsibility to do this and to make yourself aware of the voting laws and requirements of the jurisdiction where you live. Now, voting is critical, but it's really the bare minimum. And I know as UC Irvine graduates, you're going to want to shine brighter. So the next step is to educate yourself. And I'm telling you, it takes a commitment. You won't know everything about your local community, and all of a sudden, you're going to be asked to make decisions about candidates you've never met or never heard of before. So this means doing a new type of homework. Let's call it civics homework. Democracy requires lifelong learning for it to function properly. Let me be clear, I am not telling you who to vote for or how to vote. But what I am asking is that you make educated and conscious choices. We live in a world today where you can communicate instantaneously. I wrote letters to my parents when I was in college. Yes, I am that old. Email was only getting off the ground, and not everyone had access to the internet. No matter where life takes you, take solace in the fact that you can keep in touch with your family and each other in ways that were unimaginable only 30 years ago. However, with technology also comes the threat of disinformation. When James Madison defended the Constitution in the Federalist Papers, he argued that discord would not coalesce into a large democracy like the United States. Madison's rationale no longer holds. The antidote is doing the hard work of citizenship, spending the time to self-educate to prevent disinformation from taking hold. We do not need to have a defeatist attitude about these challenges if we take these responsibilities seriously. And lastly, I hope you will consider getting involved in public life, whether that is engaging with politics, government service, volunteerism, civic organizations, or a faith-based initiative. The world isn't going to fix itself, and democracy isn't inevitable. We have to roll up our sleeves and accept our responsibilities so that we can continue to protect the rights and freedoms we have. When I first got a call from the White House about serving as Archivist of the United States, although I was honored to be considered for the role, it wasn't the best timing. I had an excellent job at the White House Historical Association, where I made a very generous salary, and I supervised a fully functioning team with no major problems or concerns. And most importantly, I had just finished 12 rounds of chemotherapy for early-stage breast cancer. So there were plenty of reasons to say, no thank you, this is not the right time for me. But when I thought about the opportunity to serve in this role, I knew I had to do it. If not me, then who? And if not now, then when? We never know what life has in store for us and how we might be asked to serve. And sometimes it might simply be impossible. However, if we all do our part and answer the call as well as we can when democracy knocks on the door, then the future is indeed bright. There's plenty of pessimism in the world today, and I can tell you from experience, if you think you can't do something, then you're right. But at the moment that mindset changes, then you're in the game. We think of moral duties in a lot of different ways. We have a moral duty to our family, our beliefs, and our closest friends. But we haven't thought as much lately about the moral duty to preserve democracy. Everyone needs to play a role to fulfill this duty, and that role may change appreciably throughout your life. There will be many twists and turns, but don't forget it and don't take it for granted. In closing, I challenge you to live an active life for democracy, not a passive one. Hold our elected and appointed leaders, including me, accountable for their actions, and use the records we hold in trust at the National Archives to do so. And when opportunities to lead knock on your door, don't be afraid to answer the call, even if it means taking a risk or sacrificing short-term gains. When Ben Franklin left the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, he was asked what type of government was created for the United States. He famously responded, "A republic, if you can keep it." So let's answer Franklin's call and do our part collectively to keep our democracy strong. Congratulations, Anteaters. The future is bright. Zot, zot, zot.
Thank you, Dr. Shogan, for those important words and for the anteater joke as well. Now is the time to recognize those we have come to honor today. Associate Dean Jamie Lee Smith of the Graduate Division, please present the candidates for the degrees of Master of Advanced Study, Master of Public Policy, Master of Urban and Regional Planning, and Master of Legal and Forensic Psychology from the School of Social Ecology.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Advanced Study, Master of Public Policy, Master of Urban and Regional Planning, and Master of Legal and Forensic Psychology please rise and remain standing? Provost Stern, I present the candidates for the degree of Masters of Advanced Study, Master of Public Policy, Master of Urban and Regional Planning, and Master of Legal and Forensic Psychology from the School of Social Ecology.
With the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended by your faculty, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which pertain to those degrees, in testimony whereof you will receive the diploma of the university. Congratulations, you have your master's degrees. Dean Gould, please come forward to congratulate the recipients.
We now come to the part of the ceremony where the graduates are recognized as they cross the stage. As the graduates exit the stage, they receive a gift from the UCI Alumni Association to welcome them into the Anteater alumni family, which they have now just become a member of. While the process takes a little time, we are continuing this tradition at the request of the students whom we honor today. Associate Dean Charles and Professors Morantz and Ulibarri, please join me in recognizing the graduates from the School of Social Ecology. New master's degree recipients, please come forward.
Are you reading names?
Jennifer Christine Lavorin.
Thomas Milden.
Kathy Wang Tran.
Lisa Lynn Kravitz.
Sonia Chang Ho.
Amber Marie Hazelrig.
Mia Wanping Yuan.
Justin Urbanski.
Genesis Pamela Maldonado.
Alyssa Roby Yorkovics.
Shireen Erica Daniel.
Nicole Elise Larson.
Nancy Sarai Delgado.
Gil Ayala.
Morris J. Mills.
Joshua Timothy Bear.
Jan Ming Len.
Maria Gu.
Michael Corey Greenberg.
Cade Robert Kirkamo.
Jacob Haddad.
BK Heng.
Chao Teng Muavang So.
Youngsu Kwan.
Natasha Victa.
Yanan Sun.
Angel Castro.
Brent Matthew Abelson.
Diego Jimenez.
Ming Yi.
Christopher Matthew Martinez.
Peyton Alama.
Pia Rai.
Caitlin Claire Denise Herring.
Sarai Ortiz.
Amy Love Diaz.
Alanis Enriquez.
Sabrina Bernadette Mesropian.
Alejandra Guzman.
Kelly Olier.
Becky Perez.
Catherine Faye Apicella.
Ade Wijaya.
Eileen Faith Pagio Palarca.
Blossom Bella Yu.
Alyssa Marie Tilford.
Cheryl Gina Ng.
Carolyn Martinez.
Joelle Kaftarali.
Haley Irene Brock.
Treyana Marie Cobb.
Megan Elizabeth Grapper.
Ariana Martin.
Molly Grace McGuire.
Isabel Tiffany Endress.
Sarah Christine Ristetsky.
Robert Craig Brankston.
Donna El Hodge.
Bradley Schultz.
McKenna Ashley Dabbs.
Nyasia Fields.
Amanda Janelle Nelson.
Faith Laporte.
Reve Christine Gonzalez.
Brianna Ward.
Rose Marie Vu.
Alyssa Luna.
Ruby Maria Gonzalez.
Alice C. Yan Chan.
Edward Gutman.
Madison Alicia Yarrick.
Celine Dion Moreno.
Allison Sue Fan.
Elizabeth Heisler.
Jenny Garcia.
Mia Charmaine Boyd.
Royce Witt Alice.
Valeria Desiree Cortez. Valerie Desiree Cortez.
Shelby Erin Treader.
Adelena Rose Clayton.
Venus Bita Jan.
Muskan Alim.
Sophia Diane Placencio.
Elizabeth Akosita Afu.
Caitlin Patricia Dean.
Gianna Sorsi.
Danny Bravo Trujillo.
Elena Maria Sinku.
Lexis Giselle Garcia.
Diana Velalunga.
Yolanda Renee Silva.
Grace Lackey.
Rosie Anderson.
Ana Lucia Rizzo.
Natalie Fatima Rahmon.
Taylor Madison Askiak.
Miranda Francie Wilson.
Tatiana Analis Cannon. Justin Parsons. Kylie Guthrie. Katie Jo Karwaski. Noah Pennington. Frankie Cruz. Alexis Gallegos. Jacqueline Ann Harville. Lori Ann Berg. Lydia Janae Wagner. Corinne Salisbury. Anthony Pulford. Larissa Rose Olivos. Vanessa Marie Donabidian. Nancy Jimenez. Sandra Alicia Pulido. Rosa Elvira Madera. Devin Ashley Marie Graham. Diana Lynn Grant. Alexa Juliet Malat. Carly Lorraine Noelani Kajiwara. Carla Cardenas. Kimberly Desire Caspeta.
That concludes the presentation of master's degrees from the School of Social Ecology.
Dean Gould, please present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts from the School of Social Ecology.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise and remain standing? Provost Stern, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts from the School of Social Ecology.
With the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended by your faculty, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which pertain to those degrees, in testimony whereof you will receive the diploma of the university. You're graduated. And now, new bachelors, I invite you to take part in a time-honored academic tradition. Since the days long ago when students first were identified by the caps and gowns they wore, those who had not yet earned a degree wore the tassel on the right side of the mortarboard. When the degree was conferred, the scholar moved the tassel to the left and joined a select company. So now, following that academic tradition and in recognition of your new status, bachelors, turn your tassels.
New graduates, please be seated for just a second. My congratulations to you and your families. Associate Dean Charles and Professor Zinger and Lukowski, would you please join me in recognizing the graduates from the School of Social Ecology? Now, this comes to my favorite part of the ceremony, and I suspect what you have all been waiting for. Just from a show of hands, how many of our graduates missed out on a high school graduation because of the pandemic? Well, this is our chance to make it up to you. Each one of you is going to get a chance to come on stage. Family and friends, we expect you to cheer madly when your graduate comes across the stage, because we want to send them out with the congratulations for what they deserve and having gotten to this place. So with that, we are going to proceed with the individual graduates coming to the stage. Professor Charles is ready. The other two professors are ready. Let's kick it off.
Angelina Mahay Lauser.
Alexandria Simone Capasuta.
Mercy Guarin Gonzalez.
Gavin Morris.
Kimberly Ann Umganta Mascane.
Dulce Zavalta.
Rhyme Arellano.
Vincent Masarenas.
Michael Dylan Sutejo.
Angelique Lorenzo.
Maggie Lowe.
Charlotte Lartier.
Diana Lynn Martinez.
Dina Basharash.
Alexis Villanueva Buenaventura.
Alyssa Harriman.
Heaven Rose Luisa Prado.
Aria Grace Wood.
William Adam Bermudez.
Jessica Arias.
Unti Chi Tran.
Maxamarie Cabra Kulinia.
Nashika Krishna Chabra.
Natalie Grace Murphy.
Jennifer Gabriela Paez.
Hannah Lang.
Jocelyn Zai Chan.
Igor Golozeny.
Brenna Shannon Ponce.
Kiara Ward.
Tran Wen Ni Pham.
Alex Hao Lin.
Veronica Elizabeth Sanchez.
Belinda Wang.
Brianna Rios Solis.
Hillary Rico.
Thu Min Phan.
Kaylin Johnson.
Jean Hang.
Jacqueline Chan.
Alec Carl Tai.
Ashley Marquez.
Jonathan Xavier Villalobos.
Courtney Mi Si Kwok.
Mimi Miyang Tang.
Jocelyn Auditor.
Logan Michael Richel.
Anna Kazim.
Alexis Durant.
Natalie Santana.
Zulfazar Kakimova.
Andrea Vargas.
Jenna Noel Jackson.
Martha Izaguirre.
Shelly Lee.
Haley Sierras.
Xinyan Zhang.
Jasmine Solario.
Jacob Wen.
Christian Gonzalez.
Naomi F. Pleitz.
Peter Wynn. Man Tai.
Kayla May Contreras Han.
Dylan Wen.
Valentina F. Tam.
Justin Toe.
Bowen Lee.
Brandon Brasher.
Yifei Zhang.
Christopher Tom.
Zillian Chen.
Glory Wong.
Wilhelmina Lung.
Jeanette Chen.
Ginny Shao.
Mia Eve Tota.
Kobe Joshua Yalka.
Jensine Bugeli.
Derek Wong.
Ariana Grisham.
Christy Tran.
Jordan Frost.
Brian Cheng.
Hannah Nip.
Belle Orchidea Quijada.
Taya Akaten.
Philopatir Ibram Moanes.
Brianna Potter.
Alan Huang.
Elaine Nguyen.
Nicole Lau.
Morgan Rajula.
Amber Quach.
Emma Simmons.
Joseph Tatulian.
Isabella O'Neill.
Tony King Nguyen.
Talia Walsh.
Nathan Tran.
Rehana Moeen.
Lana Wynn.
Kylie Ornelas.
Rosemary Hyon.
Amelie Elwood.
Alejandro Leon.
Ace Gonzalez.
Christina Marie Garcia.
Raquel Calderon.
Hannah Boulage.
Kaylee Hernandez.
Sage Nada Davis.
Marissa Jamie.
Mia Angie Perez.
Christina Muller.
Evelina Charisma Ramirez.
Onalissa Manganson.
Genesis Perez.
Gabriela Rocha.
Lillian Bao Thi Tran.
Laura Johnstone.
Kimberly Gazelle Brake Aon.
Angie Shen.
Diana Mirzoyan.
Aubriana Lopez.
Knock Caitlin Zuan Bowen.
Mariana Ramiro.
Hunter Standish.
Andrea Rojas.
Alec Yan Uy.
Diana Corona Murillo.
Joshua Jiang Su Jung.
Mindon Win.
Kathleen Vu Tran.
Delia Chavoya.
Andy Vu.
Haley Orozco Sarmiento.
Carolyn Jean Burnett.
Malia Castillo.
Mia Elisa Quintero.
Emma Maritza Becerra.
Kiana Kiarash.
Sarah Yoon.
Boris Chun Chak Lee.
Hannah Cho.
Valerie Bianca Choides.
Helen Liu.
Adriel Eugene Park.
McKenna Christine Gloria Egan.
Julian Isaac Mendoza.
Emily Hannah Endras.
Alvin Bangyu Lee.
Madison Wren Scott.
Leonard Lay.
Ashley Elizabeth Dredge.
Hanukkah Hirai.
Shermia Evans.
Charlie Huynh.
Adara Diana Renderos Flores.
Amy Kim Tran.
Shervin Gamey.
Maria del Carmen Vega Morales.
Rachel Marie Panliki.
Jaylin Yaret Borja.
Jessica Beth Gaisford.
Lily Franklin.
Jasmine Ponce.
Jasmine Perez.
Ziching Lee.
Viviana Curiel.
Idiana Alvaro Ramirez.
Yurith Isayana and Cisco.
Fernanda Lisbeth Emizuka.
Amanda Kim Tham.
Natalie Quazada.
Jocelyn Jaylene Mara.
Michelle Sanchez.
Michelle Yang.
Brianna Duran.
Brayden Joseph Egan.
Richard Yu.
Natalia Montserrat Galdon Ramos.
Isaac Vasquez.
Austin Wynn.
Yuriana Rodriguez.
Yvonne Alondra Aguilar Labra.
Ashley Jane Telorio Pagador.
Juan Carlos Munoz.
Caitlin Mariko Grace Aoki.
Sanjay Sherpa.
Diana Trujillo.
Matthew David Wojcik.
Karina Pagdayanan.
Karen Lee.
Sophia Young Ma.
Ashley Romero.
Fiorella Maria Barato.
Dolce Ramirez Gonzalez.
Elias Joel Herrera.
Andrew Blake Presley.
Dorothy Truong.
Addie Jansen.
Christina Arredondo.
Shirley Yan Lin Chan.
Yadira Verozco.
Michelle Wong.
Ariana Renee Manani.
Patrick P. Wynn.
Joey Villanueva.
Daniela Castillo.
William Hernandez.
Daniel Eduardo Gonzalez Menjivar.
Andrea Serrano.
Alex Khatib.
Leilani Renee Torres Sablan.
Samantha Sydney Stone.
Raylyn Elizabeth Swanson.
Crystal Yuri Kim.
Rosa Maria Lopez.
Noelani Cabral.
Nada Espejo Zentano.
Lily Daniela Tucker.
Nicole Gidding.
Jarrell Christopher Sales.
Lauren Matsukawa.
Naya Keely Edwards.
Rachel Kimberly Dong.
Ariel Janae Coates.
Melissa Hui.
Daniel James Tweedy.
Stacy Kim.
Samantha Zainab Hazal Yumusak.
Jayi Park.
Cassius Joseph Quarles.
Niharika Arabandi.
Ruzi Gia.
John Polk.
Samantha Jacqueline Carrillo.
Jaya Takar.
Maya Zipdiaz.
Brooke Kelly Cassidy.
Juliana C. N. Huynh.
Caitlin Hannah Herbel.
Simran Carr.
Faith Vercrucien.
Talia Colleen Bezjan.
Angel James Martins.
Cheyenne Belladonna Anderson.
Davon Namid Guerrero.
Bethany Maria Streb.
Sophia Simpson.
McKenna Lee Raymond.
Priya Jahita.
Melanie Y. Yap.
Julie Yu.
David Beck.
Patrick James Mateo Santos.
Vivian Tanvi Wynn.
Priscilla Garcia.
Coco Julia Suzuki.
Ashley McManus.
Nathalie Gutierrez.
Madison Sky Rutherford.
Francis Hernandez.
Elizabeth Howin.
Elie Ooki.
Renee Susan Small.
Andrew Antonio Ochoa.
Daniel Alaya.
Mark Edward Pasquale.
Andrew Sa.
Chelsea Ann Rivera.
Skylar Luong.
Mauricio Eduardo Reyes Valeriano.
Megan Didi Chang.
Alex Chang.
Kelly Kang.
Alexandra Ray Prothro.
Leslie Corpus Vicente.
Evelyn Liazaola.
Angie Vanessa Sanchez.
Hetzabel Hernandez.
Heather Lee.
Daisy Lynn Nyota Wakagwo.
Amelie Tran.
Zaid Ahmad Abdulkader Morris.
Nicholas Kaneth.
Caleb Joshua Yates.
Lauren Lucille Saley.
Eliana Nicole Pedroza.
Camilla Farrell. Vanan Fung.
Adriana Linda Fenimore.
Samantha Lowe.
Emily Erin Davis.
Jocelyn Irene Jimenez.
Lizbeth Quintero.
Jenna Mizayed.
Judith Alexandra Hernandez.
Cassandra Lynn Wynn.
Alondra Esmeralda Tello.
Haley Paige Gumayaji.
Saira Hiroyoshi.
Dylan Pham.
Vanessa Zuniga.
Sarah Kim.
Kwan Young Saw.
Madison Joy Hembry.
James Patrick Horan.
Belen Godinez.
Ricardo Gonzalez.
Amy Gabrielle Aguilera.
Mona Shayesta Garami.
Maria Meza.
Zoe Marie Ta Perez.
Giselle Gonzalez.
Cabrina Delania Bennett.
Josiah Matthew Ortiz.
Patrick Wang.
Imena Alvarez.
Devin Chavero.
Anaya Riley Cassell.
Callista Leha Gwickel.
Amira Tsuko.
Emma Rose Hinko.
Nicole Nora Ruiz.
Yuri Yoshikawa.
Jackson Frank Hooser.
Samian Yusuf Chamsadi.
Shi-Chen Wang.
Uriah Joseph Campos.
William John Geyser.
Gordon Peng.
Connor Alexander Campbell.
Anaya Sharma.
Joseph Carlos.
Jalen Storm Law.
Alyssa Lee Moore.
Madison Grace Caro Empalado.
Mario Alberto Ania.
Terrence Lee.
Jake Charles Means.
Gustavo Aaron Paleo.
Jessica Miranda.
Layla Destiny Rodriguez.
Shari Yu.
Jasmine Giraldi Mulgado.
A Lady Rogel.
Emily Gutierrez.
Sophia Flores.
Tiffany Yan.
Ashley Maury.
Trinity Louise Estegoy.
Carolyn Lee.
Kaylee Yamazaki Tizon.
Jake Ryan Simon.
Katie Thalmy Pham.
Sophia Lee Heath.
McKaylee Obermeyer.
Sophia Arredondo.
Allison Michaela McLaughlin.
Mimi Elizabeth Wynn.
Ardash Fanibushan Twamala.
Blanca Estela Rios.
Michelle Kathleen Michiko Thomas.
Stephanie Rodriguez.
Alan G. Chow.
Priscilla Renee Andrade.
Dante Shoghanian.
Crystal Jong.
Aria Camille Perez.
Winnie Kong.
Brittany Cohen.
Ronnie Jamel Laprenza Medina.
Ruby Alondra Jimenez.
Natalia Paula Nunez.
James Emmanuel Perez Sison.
Jacqueline Gabriela Escobar Gatica.
Joseph Raul Trinidad.
Christopher James Gutierrez.
Pritham Srinivasan.
Ariel Tan.
Lizelle Chloe Noriega.
Sporthy Adiga.
Janice Marie Blatteis.
Joy Montrivat.
Stephen Tapia.
Nathan Kang Vo.
Daniela Olvera.
Melissa Martinez.
Nalani Portillo.
Grace Victoria Mills.
Stacy Morales.
Yusuf Muhammad Salam.
Heba Fayez Carazon.
David Alexander Fuentes.
Francesca Bernadette Fong.
Hillary Naranjarel.
Elizabeth Hernandez Flores.
Lisa Yonbi Park.
Leah Macaranas Lopez.
Karina Shah.
Amy Kim.
Yanin Megan Zhu.
Maya Yoshikawa Kang.
Taylor Jane Smalley.
Melanie Samantha Louie.
Alessandra Andrade.
Molly Alsher.
Navea Ann Dean.
Sabrina Juliana Whitehead.
Sky Allen Wilson.
Juan Diego Quintero.
Ziana Navarro.
Amir Pormer.
Nikki Farhan.
Spencer Ja Hudnell Brogdon.
Angeline Brigitte Cuevas.
Tatiana Marie Hazelwood.
Jocelyn Ramirez.
Michelle Dong.
Zephyr Sun.
Thee Quinn Lee.
Caitlin Han To.
Miriam Iman Shanti.
Kate Butcher.
Sarah Christine Deanda.
Vivian Angelica Prado.
Diana Diaz Hernandez.
Ashley Sanchez.
Shannon Marie Sherrill.
Damian Isaiah Pisano.
Valeria Guerrero.
Kylie Michelle O'Neill.
Guadalupe Areli Abrica.
Aaliyah Frazier.
Patricia May Oka Samang.
Kayla Marie Johnson.
Kylia Foe.
Susu Musa.
Nick Casas.
Valerie Angelina Boots.
Sergio Leung.
Sofia Adriana Vasquez.
Benjamin Uresti.
Jessica Imena Parada Ramirez.
Natalie Jubilee Mejia.
Ashton Aviles.
Emily Guadalupe Rivera.
Felicia Valerie Zhang.
Maddie Garcia.
Hannah Gia Huin.
Valerie Amina Arvizo.
Yesenia Luna.
Isabel Rose Carles.
Ivana Diaz Martinez.
Markia May Treasure Warren Shroia.
Cassidy Taylor Gibson.
Karen Lisbeth Chavez.
Jennifer Godinez Fan.
Norma E. Ramos Zamudio.
Jessica Calalane.
Marta Guerrero.
Christopher Alvarez.
Yilin Wong.
Jacqueline Destiny Sandoval Islas.
Nicole Marie Maldonado.
Ashley Rodriguez.
Emily Tran.
Paulina Pontoon.
Melissa Munoz.
Angela Montellano Morales.
Regina Bonifacio Castro.
Jesse Joseph Garcia.
Haley Jean Baltiera.
Dylan Ando.
Erin Michelle Blanco Jalik.
Anna Eichelberger.
Julia Rose Manick.
Clarissa Griselda Zarate.
Courtney Kazu Yamada.
Nancy Roque.
Adeline Amelia Zilla.
Juliana Desiree Maldonado.
Jasmine Torres.
Fernanda Renata Rios.
Crystal Diaz.
Catherine Espinoza Lomeli.
Caitlin Michaela Locke.
Sausin Malek Dibse.
Samantha Rapp.
Carla Diana Martinez.
Heather Ann Davis.
Jaden Renee Cortez. Carol Shea. Ellen Baxikan. Jeffrey Huang. Alyssa Erin C. Kaylon Vafayan. Sean Andrew Hui. Maria Guadalupe Mora. Alicia Patel. Hope Elizabeth Rundy. Emily Nicole Thompson. Alexia Gruzinski. Angela Lopez. Ashley Hernandez. Renalyn Linnis. Muriel Elias Albele. Misty Jiang Carson. And Monica Meza.
That concludes the presentation of bachelor's degrees from the School of Social Ecology. I call upon Dean Gould.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of you. Now, there are a few more things, because among you today are some very special guests who deserve well-earned recognition. They have encouraged and in many cases made great sacrifices so that the graduates before us could further their education. Now, will the parents, spouses, significant others, loved ones, grandparents, children, and all the relatives of the supporters of the graduates please stand up for a round of applause? We salute you. Thank you. What a wonderful Father's Day for many of you in the audience. Okay, we have two more things. Two more things. Number one, you are not the only people graduating today. We have one more person who is graduating from UCI, someone who has been with us for 33 years. Would Professor Scott Bolins of the Department of Urban Planning and Public Policy please stand so that we could thank him for his 33 years of service? We wish you well. All right, now we come down to the last part. And if there's one thing we have seen today, it is that the School of Social Ecology brings the energy. You absolutely do. And we know what you all have been through. About a half of you are the first in your families to graduate college. We saw earlier that almost all of our undergraduates today are getting their first commencement ceremony because they lost out on their high school commencement ceremony. We know that many of you have had to work at least half-time to be able to afford to go to college. So I want to have you stand up right now, and we're going to channel that energy. Please stand up. We're going to channel all of this energy into the Zot cheer, and I'm going to ask my colleagues to stand up too. All right, family and friends, I hope by now you know the Zot cheer for UCI. We do our little hand sign of the anteater, and on 3 we yell out Zot, Zot, Zot. Now this is for your families, this is for your lost high school graduations, this is for your bright futures. So 1, 2, 3, Zot, Zot, Zot. Congratulations, graduates. You may sit down for just one more moment. We are going to conclude our ceremony with the recessional march. May I request that you all stay seated until we are all out and then join us. We are going to look forward to meeting you and your families outside. Again, congratulations to the class of 2024.